from the studios of Channel 11 in Durham. This is Granite State Challenge, a weekly competition of quick recall between two of New Hampshire's high schools. Featured this week is Laconia High School and Manchester Central High School.
Good evening, I'm Tom Bergeron. Welcome to the first round of Granite State Challenge. As you heard, our quiz show stresses the quick recall of specific factual information and does not necessarily represent the full range of academic ability of either the students here or the schools they represent. Now, the team members were selected by their respective schools, and without any further ado, let's meet tonight's teams. First, representing the Sachems of Laconia High School, team captain and senior Greg Ives, junior Tom Niewald, senior Dana Comier, and senior David Pucci. That's Laconia High, the Sachems tonight. And now let's say hello to the Little Green from Manchester Central High School, team captain senior Jeff Lebo, senior Peter LaValle, junior Mary Child, and senior Kristen Snow. Good luck to both of you. So those are the teams for tonight's Granite State Challenge. Now, even though I have all the answers contained here and, of course, in here, there might be circumstances where there might be other answers possible. And in that instance, we have a judge this evening, Mrs. Eleanor Milliken of the Science Department at Oyster River High School in Durham. Mrs. Milliken is this year's recipient of the Presidential Award for Excellence in Science as the Outstanding High School Science Teacher in New Hampshire. She's also a member of the Dover School Board. So thanks for being with us tonight, Mrs. Milliken. If we have any questions about the correctness of a particular answer, Mrs. Milliken's decision will be final. Now let's meet the people who help our contestants train for tonight's Granite State Challenge. From Laconia High, here are coaches Tom Policino and Richard Leahy. And with them, the two student alternates, senior Sheila Belanger and senior Bill Gottsacker. And now from Manchester Central, let's meet Coach M. Jean Crowley and the two student alternates, seniors Russell Muirhead and John Kaliski. We'd like to thank everybody who helped get the teams ready for playing our first Granite State Challenge. Now, we'll play our game in 3 rounds, and we'll explain how each round works as we go along. Now, everybody set for round number 1? It's very basic. These are 10-point toss-up questions. If you think you have the answer and you press your buzzer and you find that you didn't have the correct answer, that's what we call a turnover, and that gives the other team a chance to go for those 10 points. So if that's all understood clearly, here's the first question. Now, this is one where you have to give both answers to earn this 10-point toss-up. Time magazine recently named 2 people as its Men of the Year. Yes, Dana from Laconia.
Ronald Reagan and Yuri Andropov.
Is correct. There you go, Dana, 10 points as we start the scoring on Granite State Challenge. Dr. Livingston, I presume, was the question asked by a reporter for the New York Herald to the famous missionary. Who was he? Yes, Greg of Laconia.
Stanley.
That's right, Henry Morton Stanley. Very good. Stanley found Livingston at Lake Tanganyika in what is now the nation of Zambia. There might be a quiz for you later, so I'd remember that if I were you. This question has 4 answers. Ready? You must give all 4 answers to get the 10-point toss-up. The United States, except for Alaska and Hawaii, has 4 time zones. What are they? All right, Greg again from Laconia.
Pacific, Mountain, Central, and Eastern.
Very good, Greg. There you go. Laconia off to a fast start here, 30-0. Central, let's go with those buzzers. All right, now we want you to look at the monitors, if you would. And you'll see the Blue Boy, one of the best-known portraits ever painted. Yes, Dave, Laconia. By Gainsborough is correct. That was the question, who created the Blue Boy? So you didn't really have to look at your monitors, I guess. All right, on to our next question. Which vitamin is nicknamed the sunshine vitamin? Mary from Central.
Vitamin D.
You are on the scoreboard now, Central. That is right. Vitamin D is nicknamed the sunshine vitamin. All right. Very good. Several colorful characters appear in Robert Louis Stevenson's novel Treasure Island. Who is the famous one-legged pirate in the story? Mary again, Central.
Captain Kidd.
Captain Kidd is incorrect. We go now to Laconia, and Dave is anxious for this one.
Long John Silver.
Long John Silver is correct. 10 more points for Laconia. All right, literally, the word means pertaining to the whole Christian church. However, it's come to mean the fellowship and ultimate union, yes, Dana of Laconia.
Catholic.
Catholic is incorrect. I'll repeat the whole question for Central. Literally, this word means pertaining to the whole Christian church. However, it has come to mean the fellowship and ultimate union of all Christians. What word am I defining? Mary again.
Christendom.
I'm sorry, Mary. Ecumenical is the word I was looking for. In 1740, a Danish explorer employed by the Russians discovered Alaska. An important body of water is now named for him. Can you name it? Or can you name him? Sorry, Mary.
Bering.
Bering is correct. Captain Vitus Bering. Very good, Mary. All right, in a village named Morality dwells a gentleman named Legality with a son named Civility. In what book do we find these characters? All right, that is our first stumper for the evening. Pilgrim's Progress, written by John Bunyan. Pilgrim's Progress. All right, here's a math toss-up. All right, everybody's got their pencils and papers now. 10 minutes after a plane leaves the airport, it's reported that the plane is 60 miles away. What is the average speed of the plane in miles per hour? Yes, Greg, Laconia.
720 miles per hour.
720 is incorrect. We give Central a chance for this now. Jeff?
360 miles an hour?
360 miles per hour is the answer we were going for. Correct. Your plane was going double time, I think, Greg. All right, now we want you to listen to the speakers in the studio for this next 10-point toss-up question. George Gershwin wrote the music, which has become a modern American classic. It served as a basis for a 1951 film starring Gene Kelly and Leslie Caron. Yes, Dave? An American in Paris is correct, Dave. 10 points. That also won the Academy Award as Best Movie of the Year, and of course composed by George Gershwin. In ancient times, a Roman officer commanding 100 men was called what? Okay, Jeff, Central.
A century?
Century is incorrect. We go now to Laconia. Roman officer commanding 100 men. Greg.
A centurion?
Centurion. Yes, centurion is the answer we're going for. You were halfway there. All right, a corpse is a dead body. What is a copse? C-O-P-S-E, a copse. All right, Chris, Central.
Like a thicket or something.
A
bushes,
thicket?
Bushes.
We'll accept that. A small grove of trees, a copse, yes. Unfortunately, we could not accept Cheez-It. It's the. A Hall of Fame catcher for the Brooklyn Dodgers had to quit baseball due to a car accident injury that paralyzed him from the waist down. Who was this Dodger star? Hall of Fame catcher for the Brooklyn Dodgers. All right, his name was Roy Campanella. Does that ring any bells now? Yeah, okay, a couple of nods there. All right, here's a history toss-up. Josiah Bartlett of New Hampshire, Charles Carroll of Maryland, Stephen Hopkins of Rhode Island, and Robert Morris of Pennsylvania share one important historical act. Jeff, Central.
Signed the Constitution?
No, I'm afraid that's incorrect. Laconia, I'll repeat the whole question for you. Josiah Bartlett of New Hampshire, Charles Carroll of Maryland, Stephen Hopkins of Rhode Island, and Robert Morris of Pennsylvania share one important historical act in common. Name it. All right, Greg.
Signed the Declaration of Independence.
That's correct. They signed the Declaration of Independence. All right, next. Higher plants consist of 2 layers of tissue. One of them conducts moisture. What is the name of this layer? The layer that conducts moisture. Dave, Laconia.
The xylem.
Xylem is correct, yes. Among the works of George Bernard Shaw is a satirical play on the story of a runaway slave who extracted a thorn from the paw of a lion and was himself later shown mercy by the same beast. What is the slave's name? Took the thorn out of the lion's paw. Yes, Pete.
Sambo.
Sambo? No, I'm afraid not. All right, we give Laconia a chance at that one. He extracted a thorn from the paw of a lion and his... Any guesses at all? All right, his friends called him Androcles. Sometimes referred to as the father of the English Navy, he was a 9th century king of Wessex who defeated the Danes. He's the only English king to bear the nickname the Great. Can you name him? Yes, Greg, Laconia.
Alfred.
Alfred is correct. Alfred the Great. All right. Each time zone is centered on a meridian of longitude. How many degrees apart are these meridians of longitude? Jeff, Central.
15?
15 degrees is correct. That's right. Which president of the United States had handled war relief in Belgium at the time of the First World War before he became president? Handled war relief in Belgium. Yes, Dana, Laconia.
Taft.
Taft is incorrect. All right, Central, you have a shot at this now. All right, Jeff, Central.
Hoover.
Hoover is correct. Very good.
Yeah, Hoover.
All right, that whistle means we've come to the end of our first round of Granite State Challenge. We're going to check the score, catch our respective breaths, and while we're doing that, we're going to learn a bit about Laconia High right now. This slide presentation was prepared by Mr. Richard Leahy and is narrated by David Pucci.
Constructed in 1922, Laconia High School is located in the heart of the Lakes region and serves a student body of over 800 students. While the school offers a full range of academic and advanced placement programs, it also provides a variety of vocational programs in the newly completed J. Oliver Hewitt Vocational Center. Laconia High School has made academic excellence a priority and is proud of the successes of its math team, a leader in New England and state competitions. Yet, while academics are important, so are activities for students, both in athletic activities for boys and girls and in numerous student organizations such as Astra, Student Council, Key Club, and National Honor Society.
Very nice. Our thanks to Mr. Leahy for that report on Laconia High. Mrs. Milliken, our judge, has confirmed the score now stands at Laconia 100 and Central 60. So we have a little catching up to do, Central, and we're also ready for round two. Now this starts out the same way as round one in that I'll offer you a 10-point toss-up. Whichever team gets that correct will then be eligible for a bonus question. And we'll have bonus questions that have several elements to them, and that could gain you about 15 or 20 points usually, all right? But you have to get that 10-point toss-up correct, like we did in the first round, in order to be eligible for a bonus question. Computers are classified into two types according to the way they work. Can you name them? Two ways in which computers are classified. All right, the answer, analog and digital, also acceptable. I like this one. Von Neumann and non-von Neumann would have been acceptable as well. This word denotes the unique conventions and code of morality of the feudal knights of Western Europe during the Middle Ages. All right, Dana, Laconia.
Chivalry.
Chivalry is correct, yes. All right, now you are eligible for a bonus question. All right, and you can confer on this one, unlike the 10-point toss-ups. You'll have 5 points each for each correct answer. Some say that the dog is man's best friend. I'll describe 3 famous dogs, and you give me their names. The former dog of Richard Nixon, who was mentioned in a famous speech in the 1950s.
Who wants to give it to you?
Team captain will give it to me.
Checkers. Checkers?
Checkers is correct. That's right. Richard Nixon's dog, Checkers. That's 5 points for you. The next, for 5 more points, the Scottish Terrier, who was the devoted pet of Franklin D. Roosevelt. Franklin D. Roosevelt's pet.
Snoopy.
Snoopy? Boy, you were that close. It was Fala, as in fa-la-la-la-la, la-la-la. All right, so you have 5 points. You're going for 10 now in the bonus round. The pet collie who was the star of a TV serial in the 1960s.
Lassie.
Very good. Yes, that's right. So you got 10 out of a possible 15 points. Now we go back to the 10-point toss-up questions. I don't think I did this one yet. All right, this is a good one. With his dog Wolf, since we're on dogs, he wandered off into the Catskills before the Revolutionary War, only to return 20 years later. Tom's, Laconia.
Rip Van Winkle.
Rip Van Winkle is correct. That's right.